Good evening. Well, tonight we started World War III, I guess, or maybe the Iranians started it, or we started it first, whoever. Depends on where you call home base. But we had a lot of flyovers of drones over Hebron, and they were exploded rather systematically by our Iron Dome missiles. And you know, it was interesting because the Arabs were cheering, but their allies in Iran were missing. You know, you're cheering for the people who are losing the war as if they're winning. So what's really going on? Well, what's really going on is these people don't have free choice. These people are possessed by evil, and for them to attack a Jew is already a victory. Even if they die in the process, even if they don't even strike the Jew or touch him or injure him, their feeling is, we struck at them without any results. They're still cheering. I felt like it was a soccer game, you know? And there was no damage to anything Jewish. But in their twisted mind, victory is not the cessation of war. Victory is the perpetuation of hitting back and hitting back and hitting back. That's why in the Arab mind, there's no such thing as surrender. There's no such thing as peace. There's no such thing as we'll get along tomorrow. We'll force ourselves to, even though we don't want to. There's only kill or be killed. And this is an ancient mentality. This is like the guys that would rather fall on their own swords in battle than be taken captive. The guys that would, you know, kill until being killed, because that's the glorious way to do it. And this is an ancient mentality that has been refined out of a lot of humanity. If you look around the globe, a lot of people would rather talk and make peace deals, and yet the weapons manufacturers are just booming. They can't make enough bullets, they can't make enough guns to keep the fighting going. Yet there is a refinement happening in the human mindset. And this is the idea that killing doesn't accomplish anything except more bloodshed, more killing, more death, more vengeance, more of the same juvenile approach to solving problems. But as I've said elsewhere, this is all part of the maturization of the human race. As a race, we're like about 19-year-olds compared to the age of the human being. Well, it depends on when you measure. You measure from Adam, the biblical calendar. You can measure from the geologic calendar. There's many ways to measure the ages of the development of this humanoid that became a divine speaking entity that could recognize its creator. And that his creator was one. And so, you know, to watch it all, it was just it's a bizarre spectacle. Here's the rockets coming, shooting down their drones, and little explosions happening all over. Boom, boom, boom. You hear it way high up because that's where they get destroyed. And then you see little pieces of shrapnel glowing and coming down. And the Arabs are cheering as if somehow, I think they felt that their cheering was maybe pushing the drone towards a target. It's pathetic. It's, at one hand, it's disheartening. On another hand, though, we understand that these people are God's way of giving the Jewish people new merit. Because anytime anybody goes through oppression, darkness, aggression, and an unjustified attack. What have the Israelis done to Iran except to defend ourselves? And so what it tells us is, on a spiritual level, we're getting greater merit, greater power for redemption, bringing us closer to the greater revelations that we're all waiting for, so that humanity finally grows up. And those that don't want to grow up, well, they go where they need to go. But this is a very interesting evening to sit through and watch. Outside, the sirens were going, people were running, people were afraid, people were looking to the sky in terror, and I was like, this reminds me of July 4th, but without the glory, without the Yankee Doodle. You know, it was a day of telling us that we're getting closer to war with Iran. We're at war with Iran, but it's this tit-for-tat war. It's not a war for victory. It's a war for commerce. It's a war for the larger powers to lay their bets on the table. And anybody who's betting against the Kadosh Baruch Hu, against the creator of the universe, is going to lose. He's going to lose big. So pick your side. Pick your boss. Pick your creator. Have a great week. We'll be in touch.